Marvel's Wolverine trailer has surfaced 3 days ago at the time of recording this, and I cannot stop watching that. It's very peak. But what we're going to talk about in this video is the villains, the rogues gallery that is confirmed to be in the game so far. So before we get into it, just want to say welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is The Avenger. We're going to dive right on in, and if you guys enjoy the content, click that like button and subscribe. Turn that bell on for notifications. Let's hop right into it. So the PlayStation blog and trailer make it clear that this is a standalone Wolverine story. One in which Logan moves across locations like Madripoor, Canada and Tokyo on a quest to uncover secrets from his past. But he won't be alone. We see multiple villainous figures, from shapeshifters to mechs to mutants, going against Logan throughout the trailer. So we're going to go down the list one by one. Firstly, kicking off the list is Mystique. We finally got our first look at Mystique in this game, also confirming that she's going to be a character, but her role we don't really know on. So what we know about Mystique in general, based on comics and recent media, for example, she's a shapeshifting mutant. She's basically able to mimic appearances, voice, and in some iterations can absorb the identity of the people she mimics, which is pretty cool. In the trailer, however, she appears in a smoky, dim lit environment, shedding a disguise and stepping out amidst Reavers. Her allegiance is really unclear from the snippet we got her in. We see her, disguise herself as one of the Reavers, which is the new faculty gang in the game, but we then see her uncover herself and reveal she's Mystique, and then start going at it and stabbing and 1v1 in the Reavers, which is kind of wild. It kind of leaves us questioning what Mystique's role is in the game. At the moment, she's more so like a wild card. Maybe she's an ally in the game to a point and then becomes a villain, or vice versa. Maybe she's a villain and becomes an ally, or maybe she's in the middle, manipulating both sides of the party for her own personal gain, which we kind of see her do alongside Magneto a lot, which is pretty neat. Now, look, if we end up fighting her, it could be a really wild fight for Logan, because she can mimic anyone from Logan's past and kind of create a pretty meaningful boss battle. But again, we don't know much about Mystique at this point in time. We know she's one of the characters. Is she a villain? We don't know. Is she going to be a hero? We don't know. We'll find that out when the game releases, or when we get more information, hopefully in the spring of 2026. The next character that we got a amazing look at is Omega Red. Now, he's a classic Wolverine villain. He's a Russian mutant, which is also a super soldier enhanced person with metal adamantium technology, often wielding lethal tentacles and death spores. In the trailer, we see Omega Red is confirmed by multiple outlets. We have a look at those tendril coils wrapped around Logan, attacking Logan, kind of draining the life out of Logan, because that's what Omega Red kind of does. Now we know he's definitely going to be a villain. Like he's going at it to Logan. He's like strangling it. He's stomping on his head. He's going at it, bro. And I think that boss battle is going to be, I think, my favorite boss battle I'll ever play in a game. So far, my favorite boss battle is the Sandman boss battle in Spider-Man 2, as well as the Lizard boss battle, but also the Solomon Grundy boss battle and Clayface boss battle that we got in Arkham City. Can't get so much better than that, and I think we are going to get so much better than that. I think he's going to be like a boss that maybe not a recurring threat. I kind of hope he does, but I feel like he's going to be acting as like one of the major boss battles in the game, taking advantage of Logan's weakness to toxins and spore mechanics. I feel like we would have a kind of, obviously we don't know the healing factor extent to the game and how we can heal ourselves as Logan, but I feel like we're going to be testing that ability with Omega Red. Now, in the game, we can see he's, going at it to Logan. That's all we kind of see. It's confirmed he's a villain. It's confirmed he's strangling the hell out of Logan, but that's about it of what we know about the character, which is pretty cool. I kind of want to learn more about the character and see more of it, But yeah, we're going to go back on to the list. Spot number 3, we have the Reavers, who are also kind of cyborg soldiers in a way. Now, they are a cyborg militia in mutant lore that merge technology and biology, often anti-mutant. Donald Pierce is typically associated with leading them. In the trailer, we have waves of cyborg enemies that are present in nearly every major combat sequence. Their design is overly mechanical, but also overly cybernetic, but when you chop them up with Logan, when you're going at it, they bleed out a lot of blood, but thanks to that new blood tech that they've got. Now, this is one of the main faculties that they were talking about in the PlayStation blog, as well as that kind of reveal breakdown of the trailer when they released like 4-minute video, so which is pretty cool. They've got a lot of variations of them. As we can see, we got like a brute looking one, we have smaller looking people. I'm kind of excited to see how they, what their role in the story is, potentially having a Lady Deathstrike in the mix with them, or linked to them, or even leading them. It's pretty possible. But look, it's the only faculty that we know at this point in time that's confirmed to be in the game that we'll be taking down, which is pretty neat. I'm kind of excited to chop some people up. They're a bunch of robots, but like they have human blood, which is kind of cool, but weird at the same time. But yeah, their presence primarily, as we saw in the trailer, was in Madripoor as well as Tokyo, and then we saw a lot of them taking him down in the wilderness zones in Canada, so it kind of implies that they're everywhere hunting Logan down. Either Logan uncovered something and they're trying to silence him, or trying to stop him from uncovering his past. Seems very logical there. Now, in spot number 5, we have the confirmation of a Sentinel appearing in the game. Now, Sentinels, as we know, are mutant hunting robots from the X-Men lore. Prime Sentinels are humans converted into sleeper agent cyborgs that can transform. In the trailer, we see a colossal Sentinel. In the trailer, we see it at the end of the trailer. He's revealed, and Logan standing claws out with him. Now, could this be the prototype, like a prototype of it, where we get to first, like in this X-Men lore, in this Wolverine story, is this the first time we come across him, or is this years after the creation of the Sentinel? Look, whatever that in the narrative of the story, however that looks, I'm super keen to find out. At the moment, we know that the Sentinel is in the game, and we also know that it will most likely be a boss battle, which will be pretty cool. I think would have it maybe towards the end of the game, or maybe earlier in the middle of it. I feel like we'd be fighting a Sentinel. And a more so speculation piece, or not really, it's unconfirmed, but we saw it in the trailer in a way that a bunch of soldiers and a bunch of vehicles throughout the trailer have Trask on their vests and on the vehicles. Now, Trask is a kind of important character in the X-Men lore, as well as Logan's story, where he kind of has if you're referencing to X-Men Origins, he's got a pivotal role in Logan's story, creating Logan to be the hunter that we have, and he's kind of the main reason Logan forgets his memory. Now, it'd be kind of cool to see that story, kind of merged into this one, which is pretty cool. So, who he is in the game and what type of villains they are in terms of characters we're fighting, we saw it barely. We saw that we're fighting Trask agents, but their story narrative we don't know much about. Now, I did mention Lady Deathstrike earlier on in the video. I feel like it's only right to have her in the game, in terms of she's a very pivotal Logan villain. But look, we're going to talk about only confirmed villains, nothing speculation or anything like that. I just wanted to reference that again because, with the cyborg people, Lady Deathstrike kind of matches their vibe. But otherwise, no speculation going forward. I feel like right now the confirmed villains of Marvel's rivals are Mystique, Omega Red, Reavers, and Sentinel. Each bringing unique threat levels and narrative stakes. Behind them lie likely candidates like Lady Deathstrike coming into play as well, leading the Reavers, for example. But I'm going to leave it with you guys. Which villain do you want to see most in the game, in terms of the ones that are not on the confirmed list, and which villain are you excited about being in the game that is on the confirmed list? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this breakdown, hit the like button and subscribe. I'll keep posting videos on Marvel's Wolverine until the game comes out. But that's all from me, guys. Have an awesome day and peace out.